Hi, I'm Spence Green. I'm one of the co-founders and the CEO of Lilt. I was a research scientist long ago before Zetta invested in us about 8 years ago now. And I'm going to talk about a problem that you probably already think is solved. So at Lilt, the mission of our company is to make anything multilingual. My co-founder and I met working on the Google Translate team. And the mission of that team was to make individuals able to communicate across language boundaries. And what we got interested in is, what if you could make companies and governments do that? So you could make entire organizations multilingual. And that turns into a last mile problem in AI, because the difference in the enterprise is usually you need a certificate of correctness that whatever you're producing is correct. So some of you might have flown here. If you get in an airplane and you turn on the in-flight entertainment system, the first thing it asks you is to pick a language. And you might think that this is all done by AI, and you would be wrong. This is a company that called Anuvu that's one of our larger customers. They do all of the in-flight entertainment systems in all the major world airlines. And there are a couple of things that make this different, why it has to be done in the way that I'm going to describe. The first is this data is loaded onto a plane once a month. So there's no sort of over-the-wire updates if something is wrong. There's a formatting issue. So for all of the numerous languages that they support in an in-flight entertainment system, some of them are right to left, some of them are left to right. There are lots of different formats. And then there's a scale problem. So they'll load 300 movies onto a plane, and all of those have to be produced in all of these 30 languages. And those have to be refreshed every month. So this is the type of problem that requires quality. It requires customization and a lot of production work, and then it requires scale. And actually, companies spend a huge amount of money on this. So Google Translate came out in 2006, and today organizations spend almost $30 billion a year on professional services to produce things like that in-flight entertainment system. So we are a part of one of the companies that is going into professional services markets and try to automate them and make them more efficient, so that every organization can be multilingual. And you can do this with AI. So our business today has got 3 parts. We work with large companies like Lenovo and Anuvu and Canva, making all of their products and services available in other languages. That's one part of our business. The next part we call multilingual AI solutions. So this is creating data sets and doing human expert evals. Because in these environments where you're building multilingual products and services, you usually don't have people who speak 40 or 50 languages in your company. So we create data sets and do human evaluations to help companies verify that the multilingual AI solutions that they're building are accurate and work well. And then the last part of our work is working with the government. And so the government has got a lot of foreign language needs, the United States government. Some of those are related to defense and intelligence where we work. And then there are others that are more civilian citizen access use cases. For example, the National Weather Service, all the weather alerts that come out in the United States right now. If you get a weather alert in Spanish on your phone, that was AI generated that came through a custom model that's built in our platform. OK, so these are agentic workflows. And by agentic, what I mean is workflows where the AI system decides what needs to be done in the production problem. So any type of file, any type of language, it'll select the appropriate AI model, and then it will design a workflow to produce that piece of information. And then it has, in our company, we have a final certification step. So the AI system will also identify a human expert and assign the job to them and bring them into the workflow. And then it'll train on what they do. So in addition to our company has basically 2 parts. It's an AI platform using agents to automate these workflows for businesses. And then we manage a large pool of about 5,000 or 6,000 human experts in about 100 languages and 20 different domains that the AI system will call on when it needs verification that something's correct. And I think a really big part of an enterprise product and sort of the foundation, what are like the key pieces you need of this technology platform? The first is connectivity. The data that we work on for companies, it's always stored in systems. Those are databases, Salesforce, Zendesk, coding repositories. So the first thing that you need to do to set these workflows up is connect into all their enterprise systems. The second thing that you need to do is you need AI models that are trained to the specific business task. And so what I worked on at Stanford was continuous training of language models. And so these class of models that we build, they're very compact, and they can be specialized to very, very narrow domains. And so what happens is the models produce outputs. Human experts verify whether they're right or they're wrong. That turns into a feedback signal. And then we do continuous post-training in production. So for all of our customers, we have something like 20 or 30,000 models in production running continuously every day on all these different workflows that our customers are running. So you got connectivity, you got custom AI models, and this tends to work really, really well. So if you take any of the general domain models off the shelf, they're very capable multilingual, they have very strong multilingual capabilities. When you bring those into an enterprise setting, then you've got kind of a last mile problem. We're working on not just Japanese, but we're working on Japanese for a movie that came out last month and has got a bunch of new character names in it and has a specific tone that it's trying to create. And so you use these specialized models to achieve high accuracy and then try to minimize as much as possible the human expert work that's done at the end. So this is used, we work it's a large enterprise business, so we're at 4 of the so-called Mag 7 companies, and it's deployed throughout the DoD and IC and the US government for these like very high stakes, mission specific applications. It can cut the cost of doing this type of work by over 80% relative to these big professional services firms. And then what businesses really pay us for is they want the output to be correct. They want a contractual guarantee that it's correct, and if it's not, you'll go fix it. So this works really, really well, and it's built for large scale, really easy to plug in, and very easy to manage. Okay, thanks a lot.